Hello and welcome to Primary Report, brought to you by the New South Wales Farmers Association. I'm Lindsay Douglas, and on this unique edition of the program, we'll be preparing for a massive rally to be held in Canberra on the 2nd of February. We'll find out why you need to be part of the rally and why it's time to talk with your feet. Plenty on the rally to be held in Canberra coming up, and remember, if you want to be part of the rally, please contact the New South Wales Farmers Association on 1300 794 000. First up on the program, though, we'll start at the top. We'll speak with the President of the New South Wales Farmers Association and find out exactly what this rally is all about. Ellen McNamara spoke with President Charles Armstrong.
Well, the rally is about the government, whether it's state or federal, acquiring or putting caveats on people's private land and therefore without compensation. Certainly the federal government does have in the Constitution a just terms compensation clause, but because they've been able to enter into intergovernmental agreements, they've been able to use the state governments to acquire private assets without any compensation, and that's the issue. We can't say that there's not going to be mining, or there's not going to be a freeway, or there's not going to be a national park. That's not in our interest. But if there is going to be one, obviously it's public good, they're going to benefit from it, and the government should compensate the landholder or the private property owner for the loss of that production or the loss of their particular property.
I guess it'd be fair to say there's been a lot of renewed interest in that subject following the hunger strike of Peter Spencer. But in his case, certainly the media reports suggested he had been offered compensation. So what is the issue there?
Well, the issue still is the fact that there is legislation out there, and the ban on the development of farming land is one of them, where governments basically prohibited farmers from continuing to improve their productivity and develop their land through the Native Vegetation Act in particular, but threatened species and others as well, where the government paid no compensation and yet the farmer had to wear the cost. And we have the Productivity Commission report that put the cost of lost production for farmers at $600 million per year. So it's an enormous contribution that agriculture has made to the public good without any compensation at all for having done it. And that's the real issue. The issue is we're not really focusing on agricultural land, except that that's what we know about, of course, and affects us. But it's a broader issue of every private property owner's right to be compensated if they have made the investment and taken the risk into some particular enterprise, and then someone decides to put a freeway past their front door. They should be compensated for the loss of that business and the productivity that business might earn for some time. So all we're saying is governments must compensate for for the acquisition or encumbering of private property.
So I guess on that basis, you'd be encouraging everyone, not just farmers, to come along on the 2nd of February.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the point. This does affect so many people in so many walks of life and so many different businesses that to come along and express that view at the opening day of Parliament on the 2nd of February and to make this a real issue in front of the federal government as well as the state government is extremely important. And although there was a referendum held on a similar issue the same issue in a similar way back in about 1988. It was couched in different terms and in effect lost. Well, it was lost through the referendum. What we want to see is all of that cranked up again, and obviously therefore we need a strong force in Canberra to get this message going and to keep the momentum going that Peter Spencer started.
That was President of the New South Wales Farmers Association, Charles Armstrong, speaking with Ellen McNamara. If you want to be part of the property rights rally, look out for a bus leaving your local town. Speak with the New South Wales Farmers Association to find out how you can get down to Canberra on the 2nd of February. Call 1300 794 000.